So, I have returned once again to deliver another chapter of Overlord, the manga. This chapter being... Hello, my own voice. That kind of got me a little bit. But as I was saying beforehand, yes, so we actually are covering chapter 31 this week, actually quite soon, because normally there's actually quite a big gap between chapters that I cover, but long behold, only 9 days between this one and the other one. I was like, oh my god, this is actually quite soon. So I do thank the translator. I actually don't think AK Scans is kind of doing it anymore. I've done the last 2 chapters at least, so there's that. So hopefully they actually might come back at one point, because though the actual translations we've got so far are actually so freaking good, I actually don't mind. I don't mind. But yeah, anyway. So, last chapter was quite a lengthy chapter, actually. Really freaking lengthy, like 54 pages lengthy chapter. I was like, boy, what's happening here? What's going on? What's happening? And it's actually kind of like, damn. There's a lot going on in this chapter, actually. I was like, damn. Because after a while, you're kind of like, wow. It's actually quite a lot to take in. It actually does a quite good job actually kind of setting up the whole entire arc as well. Actually introducing a lot more characters, actually kind of world building upon the aspects that we actually can already know. Actually kind of then introducing new characters into the forefront. So yeah, I do believe this chapter's actually quite a lot shorter. I think it's actually 34 pages, like 34 pages instead of 54 pages, I believe. So yeah, it's actually quite a lot shorter, but let's hope it does the exact same job as last chapter and actually does a very world build again. So I believe now we're kind of drawing our attention to Hilma, which does seem pretty interesting. So anyway, let's begin. Let's see what happens. So, yawn. Couldn't we have picked an earlier time for this? Dark, cold, and withering. How about the fact that your drug civilization faculties were attacked by someone? Do you know anything about who was behind it? Nope, not at all. Still, that just means it's not hard to imagine who did it. Which colour was it? I have no idea. I only just figured it out myself. Do you think I'd have the time to learn that much? Exhales. I see. Then that's how it is, everyone. Please, raise your hands if you know anything about this. Then, for our next... Oi. Head of the 8 Fingers Security Division, 0. Do you think all the trash you've gathered can protect you? How about hiring us? No need for that. There's no need. It's not like we need to tell you where our key locations are either. In that case, I'd like to take that offer up on her behalf. Head of the 8 Finger Security Division, Cocytus. Is that how you pronounce it correctly? Because it's actually it's that really weird double C in the middle. It's like, did I pronounce that correctly? Cocytus. Huh. Cocytus. Can you play? Can you pay? But of course, 0. Also, I'd like someone of 6 arms level. Of the elite of the elite. Oh, things have gotten that bad, huh? Sorry about that. There's some trouble involving a woman who should have been disposed of. Things will be very difficult for me if that establishment goes down. Can you arrange for someone right after the meeting ends? The fact is, there's something I'd like you to do immediately. Got it. I brought someone along with me. I'll lend him to you. In that case, let's move on to the next topic. Okay. Alrighty. A new adamantite ranked adventure team has been founded. Does anyone know anything about Momon from Darkness or made contact with him? Oh, okay, we're going back to this, are we? This is actually kind of interesting. I believe it's actually explained last chapter about this as well. Not enough. There just isn't enough money. Depression. Man. It feels good to go back to this kind of territory of Overlord again. Of course, this is quite a sizable sum in itself, but for starters, these are additional funds for Sebas. Next, we have the money to pay for Cocytus expenses Next, we have the money needed to pay for Cocytus expenses incurred while rebuilding Lizardmen Village and covering the cost of items used. Perhaps the best option would be to find a merchant to act as a sponsor. Requests from a sponsor who asks for me by name ought to be easy, and they should pay well too, but when I think about it, what would happen if the adventurer Momon gains a reputation of he'll do anything for money? They'll plan to make Ainzao Gown an eternal legend will go to waste. Oh, I've heard that the later part of this volume is actually really freaking good. I was like, that makes me happy. Makes me happy, actually. Because, goddamn, this has actually been a phenomenal manga so far. Like, the Lizardmen arc was absolutely incredible. So to actually go even beyond that, it's just like, gets me good. It gets me good. Still, I have no money. There's no need to stay in a place like this after all. I don't sleep, I don't eat. However, as the only adamantite ranked adventurer in town, my reputation will be diminished if I stay in some self-service hotel. While the guild will probably arrange for a room for me if I asked them, owing them a favour at a time like this would mess up the plan of making them in debt to me. Ah, I'm broke. Speaking of which, what about the Guardian's salaries? Well, they all say that serving me is the greatest possible reward. In the end, you still need to pay an honest wage for honest work. The problem is, how exactly should I pay them? I'm still stumped. Assuming the Guardians draw a salary comparable to high-end department heads, that would mean an annual income of 15 million yen. Xiaotir, Cocytus, Aura, Mare, Demigre. Then there's Albedo and the others. In other words, I need to pay the 6 of them. Nope. I can't make that much money. Man, hard times. Hard times in the Overlord Kingdom. Man. He's fallen upon hard times. That's it. I'll pay him in another way. Paper currency, only usable within Nazarick. All I need to do is set the value of each bill at 100,000 yen. As far as they're going to be used, Nazarick's facilities are all free of charge. Oh, still. I'm talking to myself more often now. I can never pronounce that name correctly. It's Yggdrasil. Hold up a second here. I need to find out how to say that name correctly. Google Translate. It's that name that always gets me. Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil. That's it. Yggdrasil. That's how you pronounce it correctly. It's Yggdrasil. In Yggdrasil, I've had to talk to myself more often, ever since you have stopped coming. Has it become a habit? Or is it because I'm still alone after all this time? Sigh. Well, saying I'm alone would be doing the other Guardians the service. Well, saying I'm alone would be doing the other Guardians a disservice. Perhaps. In order to play the role of the person who united the 41 Supreme Beings, I might have to kill off Suzuki Satoru. Knock, knock. Footsteps. Creak. What is it, Nabe? Yes, Momon's son. Don't tell me you've gotten it wrong so many times that it's become a habit. No need to bow for that. It's fine, I guess. So what is it now? Yes, this concerns your orders to gather ores from various traders. It's been done, Momon-san. Is that so? Where did the ores come from? Did you get samples from all 8 locations? My apologies, but I did not ask them about that. Forget it. Even if you don't know how many locations they came from, there should be enough money to buy them all, no? Understood. Although, may I ask a question? Why are we buying all these ores? I'm going to throw them into the exchange box. Simply put, I want to see the difference in the amount we earn as we go from location to location. Even so, apparently he's fallen hard times. Even so, though. One man can fall in hard times in the worst possible ways. We go from location to location. The exchange box, objects placed within it will be converted to their equivalent value in Yggdrasil gold coins, aka the shredder. Nabe, you should know that we did the same thing earlier with wheat. We had to put it in huge quantity before we got a single gold coin. If we use the golems to mass produce it, that said, there's a whole mountain of problems we have to overcome first. I understand. Therefore, I shall purchase them with all due haste. Don't forget to be extra careful. There's a zero possibility that you might get attacked. There's non-zero possibility that you might get attacked. If that happens, you know what to do, right? I'll use a shadow demon as a shield and retreat with all my might, without thinking about learning about the opposition. When that happens, I will teleport to Nazarick in order to deceive the enemy. Very good. Pay attention to your safety. Do not take routes where you can easily be attacked. Also, even if humans annoy you, do not hurt or kill them. Naturally shedding murderous intent is right out. And don't call humans insects or whatever. This is because we are. The famous adventurers known as Darkness, Momon and Nabe. Gulp. That is all. Go then, Nabe. I have to spend even more when I don't have money. What a pain. Several days earlier, the rural capital of Riestai's main road. Oh, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. Is something the matter? Russell. I twisted my ankle on the way home. Well, I could heal her with my... Is it Qui-Gon? Is it Qui-Gon? I think it's how you pronounce... Is it... Hold up. one must consult the internet to actually be able to pronounce words correctly, in case you say it wrong. I swear I've got it right. Oh, Qui-Gon. That's Qui-Gon. Yeah, I said Qui-Gon, but it's actually a Qui-Gon. Yeah. It's one of those words that always kind of gets me because it's a Q word. So you never know actually how to actually kind of say it properly. But it's Qui-Gon. Thank you. It seems you're in distress. Is there something I can do to help? Ah, no. If you help me, good sir. Please, don't be so worried. It's only natural to aid those in trouble. Well, let me see anything at the bottom of the page, actually. Ah, no, cool. Just in case. Then I shall help you along the way. May I trouble you to guide me? Really, is that alright? Russell, but of course. Saving those in trouble is common sense. Oh. 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 Is that some subtle foreshadowing there? Is that some of that foreshadowing that I've been seeing? It seems like there's some foreshadowing going on there somewhere. So, Magician's Guild headquarters. Welcome to the Magician's Guild, Seba-sama. Whew. I'd like to purchase a spell scroll. May I see the usual catalogue? Understood. Slide. Yeah, but I think it's kind of like a sort of foreshadowing of him basically like departing completely. Like it's one of those. It's kind of like a telling scene of him kind of living a new life. That's what I kind of liked about it. I thought, oh wait a second here, is that like that kind of subtle way of saying that he's kind of just gone his own way? This is a magic item that allows you to comprehend written languages. I shall entrust it to you. Sebas looks pretty freaking, like, kind of... Looks pretty freaking swag with a pair of glasses on, I must say. Mandems looks pretty freaking swag with a pair of glasses on. Swag intensifies. Swag intensifies. I don't know, it kind of seems like that. It's one of those things, it's one of those, it's that kind of panel that kind of gets you thinking, like, hey, mate, is that some foreshadowing there? That maybe it must be something going on later into the actual, like, kind of, arc. Is something the matter? Ah, oh no. I simply thought that your reading posture was quite elegant. Real answer is, fam, you're pretty swag. That's the real answer there, but she couldn't say it because, I don't know. But the real answer is, man, you're pretty swag. Thank you very much. Paddy status, Genesis chapter 7:17. Oh man. Yeah, the actual translations are so much better now. The spell. The one called Floating Board. Can you tell me more about it? Understood. Floating Board is a first-tier spell. It creates a translucent floating platform. The platform maximum load-bearing capacity varies with the caster's mana. If cast from a scroll, it would produce a platform 1 meter of each side with a carrying capacity of up to 50 kilograms. Maximum distance between the created platform and the caster is 5 meters. One can also have it follow oneself around. It is fundamentally a spell used for transporting cargo and is often employed in landscaping and earthworks. Then, I should take a scroll of this spell. Understood. Here it is. Indeed, this is the scroll in question. That scroll is one of a first tier spell. It will cost 1 gold and 10 silver. I have received the amount in question. That uncle is so cool. If you ask me out for 2, I'll definitely say yes. I'd go for sure. He looks like he's had experience serving a great noble. His bearing and posture immaculate as he seems widely read. Could he be a magic caster? He might be, given how he's bought all these recently developed spells. I want to meet that beautiful girl who accompanied him back then. She might look pretty, but that's only on the outside. I feel sorry for Seba's son. She was totally ordering him around. Oh man. Clap, clap. Right, that's enough chatter. I've exceeded my allotted time. Shadow Demon. Inform solution, I'll be a little late. That is all. Slides away. Oh man, you got here right at the end of the chapter. You got here past the panty. What was it? Now I can't even remember what it's called. I'll go back now. Panty status. That's the word I was looking for. Say the word after a while. It's leaving the bottom of the page actually. How is it going, fam? How is it going? But let's face it, Sebas is pretty swag, so it's the warranted, as they say. Sebas is pretty swag. Now then, well, I wasn't specifically ordered to do so. I should go get a feel for the royal capital's layout. I'll walk here today. Oh. Seems I'm quite some distance away from the home base. Well, I want to continue walking. I should go back. At the very least, I should see what lies ahead of me. Creak. Oh, damn. Peering around. Thump. Thud. Silence. Step. 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 I should go. Sliding open. A wordless cry. Save me. Oh, well, damn. Alright. Alrighty. So we continued in December. One can hope. One can hope. Yeah, it's actually quite short this month. Surprisingly, because last month was actually really freaking long. This one's actually quite short. I was like, damn. It's quite surprising. Oh, man. Alrighty. Though the body does seem quite familiar. Well, the body, let's say the hair looks kind of similar to someone I've actually kind of seen beforehand. Although I might be going nuts. I don't know. It looks kind of similar to someone I've seen before. Don't know who it might be, but it seems familiar. But my god, okay, so that chapter, it was actually kind of a lot better than I expected, really, because it kind of dealt with a lot more things while kind of exploring certain things that were kind of sort of a mystery beforehand. Because let's face it, a lot of the actual kind of arc itself is shrouded in mystery at this point. Like, we don't really know too much about the 8 fingers. Oh, okay, I'm going nuts then. That's fine. At least I got confirmation I'm going nuts, just in case it wasn't just me. It was one of those things I'm like, am I actually... Oh, Jesus Christ. Things are falling on me now. I'm actually going nuts. Thank you. Thank you. At least I actually got confirmation of that philosophy now. At least that's actually just not me. But yeah, I mean... I would say this actual kind of chapter kind of fleshed out certain things with the kind of the 8 fingers more than anything, because again, it was kind of one of those it's one of those groups that you don't really know too much about just yet, which actually is kind of neat, because they kind of are they actually are a place that needs to be kind of explored, but at its own pace. But the way we're kind of getting it right now kind of actually gives us enough information to actually go forward with, actually kind of know what's going to happen next, and actually all that kind of jazz. But I actually kind of liked how this arc's playing out as well, because this arc's playing out quite like an old kind of chapter of Overlord as well, like the whole thing with Mormon and Nabe. It was actually kind of neat for that reason, because it's just like the old kind of times again. I thought, yeah, we got that back again, because that actually was my favourite parts of Overlord in the anime and also in the actual kind of manga. Oop, Jesus Christ, bottle fell down again. But yeah, I mean, and again. There we are. It will stay now. But yeah, it feels a lot like an older chapter of Overlord once again. And I like the whole entire idea of the exploration of Sebas's character as well, because he's a character that I kind of want explored a bit more, because it's actually kind of a mystery what's really going on with him a bit. Because again, we've got enough information so far to actually kind of gather certainly an opinion, but actually kind of know really what's going on there. It's actually kind of the bigger picture. I actually kind of want to know more about it. So hopefully, as time goes on, even though it's been explained beforehand, the fact that it actually will be explored. So it would be kind of neat to actually see what's going on with him, literally, because there's actually that one panel that actually kind of explored the whole entire idea of him departing the group. It was actually kind of a telling panel. It's telling you, like, look, something's going on here. We actually need to know what's going on here, because it isn't just kind of anything normal. It has to be something more going on here, something more behind closed doors. So I know we got it beforehand, but a nice kind of a bit more exploration of his character might be kind of warranted at this stage, because it's kind of like, it's been a long time, because I think that was like, god damn, it's like chapter 12, I think it was. I believe it's the fight before Shout here. Unless we'd like to know more about Sebas's character. And I think a little bit after that as well, but other than that, there actually wasn't very much going on with his character, so to actually kind of get a little bit more would be quite neat, actually. But yeah, I mean, man, feels good to actually cover another chapter of Overlord in the space of 9 days. Like, it's been kind of one of those things I'm like, oh yeah, another chapter's actually out. Sweet. It's one of those ones that I don't think you should actually kind of leave it for a very long period of time, because there's actually a lot going on you have to actually kind of remember. Because you're like, oh god, that's actually what's happening. It's actually kind of a lot to actually take in, especially in this arc as well, which actually does heavily deal with the idea of world building, which actually has actually been there since the beginning, but is really exemplified in this actual arc so far, because there's actually been a lot of world building so far, like more than I actually imagined. The whole entirety of this whole entire place actually has been very fleshed out a little bit more, because we know a lot about Nazarick, we know a lot about where the lizard men are from as well, but everything else is kind of like shrouded in mystery a little tiny bit. We got to the bare minimum, but it was kind of like, okay, we need to know more about this. But these chapters so far really have delved into that whole entire idea and actually kind of exemplified the world building aspect, so good job on that part. But yeah, now the main major thing is, who is this character? Who is this character that actually is on the floor? And who has Sebas actually kind of encountered? That's kind of the question. That's why I've kind of encountered. I've encountered that with this manga as well. The fact that I have to go and reread certain chapters actually before I start the stream, just to kind of go, okay, that's what's going on. Because otherwise, my brain's just like, okay, I can remember certain things. So yeah, it's actually kind of neat to actually kind of go back and just reread everything before you start, just to kind of gather like a kind of a better idea of what's happening. But yeah, I'd imagine who Sebas has actually encountered right now is actually kind of a key idea to what's really going on here, a key plot idea, a key kind of character to what's really gonna like kind of drive the whole entirety of the narrative forward. One can actually hope at this point, because it does seem as if it's kind of very, very vital to certainly to something. But yeah, I mean, all in all, it's good to see where this actual arc is going, because so far this arc is actually really freaking good. Like, it really is, because it's doing a lot more than I expected. Because the other one kind of dealt a lot more with the characters. This one's kind of dealing a lot more with the actual world. So in that regard, a good job. Because I actually want to see a lot to do with this world more than just what we've got so far. But yeah, Hopefully get some more Sabat action as well, because Sabat is actually kind of Sabat is actually kind of one of the more neater characters, I think, as well, because again, into beforehand, he's Shrouded in Mystery, so you want to know more about him, but the fact is, there's a lot still going on there we just don't know. And also, they actually kind of get some more action with Nabe and also Momon as well, because that was my favourite parts of the actual manga itself, so actually get to see more of that would be freaking neat. So yeah, if all that said, have indeed been the driver until December, which will probably be the end of November, actually, I believe. So that stuff is actually pretty freaking neat, but I think Lizardmen stuff is actually kind of... I don't know, Lizardmen stuff is actually kind of great just because of the sole reason the characters were, like, really freaking good. But I can see probably, I don't know. I think Lizardmen arc is just one of the best arcs of the whole entirety of Overlord, really, when you think about it, because of how great the characters were. But it's time will tell, as they say, what my opinion will... what my opinion will be by the end of this arc. I would say Crush for everything, really, though. Crush for just overall, just everything in the universe. That'd be like the greatest thing ever when you think about it. Just have Crush as everything, the chairman or chairwoman in this case of everything, or chair lizard woman of it in this case. Just have her everywhere at one point. No one would care. They'd be like, yeah, sure, why not? It's Crush. Crush is like the best. Though I think my alliance lies with Nabe a little bit more than I would say anyone else, though. I don't know. It's one of those ones I really haven't actually sat down and actually kind of asked myself who is best girl of Overlord so far. Because I've always kind of went, who is it? And I've actually kind of went, who is the best girl of Overlord? Don't know. I need to sit down one day and actually kind of rethink my waifu list of Overlord and see where it all kind of comes to a head, as they say. So yeah, until December or end of November. So, if you have enjoyed this whole entire stream as a whole, and you do want to leave a like, then do leave a like, because indeed, it does help me quite a bit. If you have enjoyed what I do here, and you want to stay a bit longer, then do leave a sub, because indeed, it does help me quite a bit. But until tomorrow with Sacred Saturday, I like to call it, because the best day of the week happens tomorrow. So until then, see you guys later. Bye for now.